Hey everyone, my name's Eric, and welcome back to another Victory Road TCG deck profile. Today I'm going to be profiling my Mega Gardevoir EX list. It's an interesting list. It's been testing very well against a lot of the big decks in the format. And this deck hits really hard for low energy and has a lot of tricks in it. So yeah, I just hope you enjoy this list, and I hope to take any comments from you guys, suggestions you'd make to the deck list, but hopefully I'll explain my choices enough for you to get it. Okay, so to start off, playing a 2-2 split of Gardevoir EX. This is mostly because I don't have 4 Link Blast Gardevoir, but I like the Leap Life Shining Wind Gardevoir in certain situations. Starting with it is never a bad thing because you can attach and do just a 20 damage, which helps set up for another one of the tricks in this deck, which I'll show later. But the Link Blast is just so much better. It can be used against Giratina. You can one-shot it if it attaches a double dragon and passes, and you went first. That's why I prefer the Gardevoir EX, but I'm not seeing as much Giratina these days, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. Yeah, so that's four Gardevoir EX. And then I play the Despair Ray Mega Gardevoir. This one is a Psychic and Fairy type Pokemon, so that's always good. You hit for weakness against Giratina, all the dragons, and against Mega Mewtwo, which is a big deck still. Despair Ray, 110 damage. Discard as many of your benched Pokemon as you'd like. This attack does 10 more damage for each bench Pokemon you discarded in this way. So this is one of the most unique attacks I think I've ever seen in the Pokemon TCG. I've never seen you be able to discard like all your Shaymins off your bench and do extra damage as a result. It's a very interesting way to play the game, and it like just takes away from your opponent being able to stall you out, which I really like about this deck. So the 4-3 split for the Mega. Some supporting Pokemon. 3 Shaymin EX for draw power. Some lists I see run 4. I think it's a bit excessive. I have a lot of recovery cards and stuff, so I think 3 is an appropriate count. You may disagree with me on that. 2 Hoopa EX, because you can't have this guy prized. It's just not a thing. So 2 just to make sure you have at least 1 in your deck at all times. Helps you search out the majority of your deck and powers up Despair Ray to do lots of damage. So 2 is all you need to like fill your bench basically. And yeah, it's amazing. And then Dragonite EX from Evolutions. This, first of all, let's just admire this artwork. So beautiful, Golden Dragonite. Ability Pull Up. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may put 2 basic Pokemon, except for Dragonite EX, from your discard pile into your hand. So the main idea of this deck is to Despair Ray as many Pokemon as you can to deal as much damage as you can to your opponent. Sometimes you just need to do 110 to say knock out a Shaymin. That's why I really love this card too. Also, you can kill a Belted Hoopa, if that's ever a thing, because you hit Hoopa for weakness, so you do 220 damage without having to do anything. But yeah, 2 Dragonite EX, just to be able to pull up your Hoopas, pull up Shaymins, things that you're discarding with Despair Ray, being able to recycle the resources, Shaymin EX, and Hoopa EX, and even like some other tech things that I'm going to show you here. It just gives you a lot of utility. So I run 3 more Pokemon, and these are just very situational, but they help out in a lot of matchups. For the Mega matchup, I run 1 copy of the Cursed Eyes Absol. So what this guy does is when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may move 3 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another one of his or her Pokemon. So, say there's a bench, whatever, you play Absol. Oh yeah, the bench has damage on it because he retreated. You can move 30 damage to your opponent's active or something you're gonna Lysander to take out if you're missing Pokemon for whatever reason, or you're trying to hit higher numbers. Absol allows you to do that. One of him. And one of the Mischievous Fang Rattata. This guy just does so much in this deck. There's so many tools running around. You're always going to get benefit out of running this guy in your deck. Being able to take off your opponent's Fury Belts, Spirit Links, what have you, is just very good in this deck. You may have noticed a pattern of some kind. All of these Pokemon have abilities. Shaman, Hoopa, Dragonite, Absol, and Rattata. Mega Gardevoir doesn't rely on abilities, but we need to be able to recover Pokemon, draw things with Shaman, Hoopa, take off things, so we almost always lose to Gardevoir. So, I'm just gonna say that. So Gardevoir is very popular right now. But we do run a card, my last tech Pokemon, that allows us to counter against Gardevoir, and that's Beedrill EX. Double Scrapper, discard up to 2 Pokemon tools attached to your opponent's Pokemon. This is just a great card. Late game, your opponent thinks he's dominating you, he's like sycamoring away tools, he's already got his Gardevoir powered up, whatever. You're like falling behind because you can't Dragonite, you can't Hoopa, you can't do anything. This will probably be against an Yveltal player, so that's going to be a challenge for sure. This at least gives you a fighting chance against Gardevoir, because if they can't get it started again, you can just go off with this deck on every single turn, and as long as you have your abilities, this deck just runs very smoothly, I find. And yeah, that's it for the Pokemon. And there is a bit of a negative to running this Pokemon, because it's an attack, so it leaves your Pokemon vulnerable. But it's at least a colorless energy, so it's only 1 fairy energy, and your retreat is only 1, so you can discard it and go into a Mega Turbo play, and then discard the Beedrill from Mega Gardevoir's attack, and make sure your opponent doesn't take those 2 prizes. But he is vulnerable for that turn. This would definitely be replaced by some sort of item card in the future that gets printed, hopefully, to remove tools. But until then, Beedrill EX it is. That's it for the Pokemon. On to the items now. 4 VS Seeker, standard stuff. Same with 4 Ultra Ball. Don't have to explain why these are good cards. 4 Spirit Links, because we run the 4-3 line, so you just want maximum consistency to get the link on. You don't want to have to end your turn. 3 Mega Turbos. You're going to need energy always on Mega Gardevoir, and the best way to do that is being able to put something from your discard pile onto your Mega Gardevoirs. Allows you to attach Mega Turbo, and then you're ready to go. An interesting choice for this list is 3 Escape Ropes. This is just an incredible card, I find, in this deck, because it allows you to protect against Fright Knight Yveltal, which is very big right now. And then, what else is there? Oh yeah, so if you play an Escape Rope, your opponent might send up their floating Hoopa or whatever, saying, oh, I'll just retreat that, following into my turn. So it's almost a Lysander against one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Maybe they have to send up a Shaman, and Mega Gardevoir will always kill Shamans and Hoopas. So 3 Escape Ropes definitely come in clutch. 2 Super Rod, because we need Pokemon recovery. You need to Super Rod back in. You can Super Rod back in your Dragonite, Shaman, and what have you. Find Dragonite, pick up a Hoopa from the discard, search out all the Pokemon you just recycled back in, or play Buddy Buddy Rescue to pick up the Hoopa, Dragonite, what have you. This card is really good because it allows you to get your Mega, which Dragonite doesn't grab, and it also allows you to grab the Hoopa or the Dragonite, because you can Dragonite. Buddy Buddy Rescue can grab you a Dragonite, which grabs you 2 other Pokemon, which is just too good, I think. I wish I had room for more of them, but my lists are just always so tight and I can't fit it. I had to cut one to fit a Beedrill in, but gotta do what you gotta do, eh? That's all the items. Lots of supporters now. We won quite a few tech supporters in this deck, but I think it works. 1 Lysander. I hope it doesn't really need to, because we run like a lot of escape ropes and stuff, but still, everyone needs a Lysander in their deck. 1 Hex Maniac, because when we're done with our abilities, we don't need it anymore, so Hex Maniac can disrupt my opponent, and maybe in the mirror or something. Shuts down Vileplume, allows you to get the clutch Mega Turbos, item cards, what have you. So Hex Maniac is very good. Giovanni Scheme, because Mega Gardevoir can do quite a bit of damage. Skyfield's in play. Full bench of 8. If you discard all 8 of them, you'd be doing 190 damage. Giovanni Scheme allows you to go to 210, which can one-shot a lot of Mega Pokemon. And if you can get a Absol in there, it allows you to hit for 240, which could one-shot anything in the format except Whitelord, obviously. But yeah, 240 is the maximum you can do. Usually you don't want to discard your entire bench, you want to have something else, but if it's the very last turn of the game, you need to be doing as much damage as possible. Giovanni's lets you do that. 1 Brock's Grit, because we need to keep energy going and Pokemon going at all times. So having a supporter that's like a double Super Rod basically is really good to have. And then just 1 Skyla that grabs us basically everything. Allows you to grab the Ultra Ball for the Hoopa play, grab your Super Rod to shuffle stuff back in, Buddy Buddy Rescue, grab your supporter, your Spirit Link, Mega Turbo, Escape Rope, everything you need you get with Skyla. That's why I love running Skyla. Also grabs your stadiums and what have you. It's just a really good card. That's all the tech supporters. Just drawing now 2 N and 3 Sycamore. We run 3 Shamans and 2 Hoopas, so we don't need too much draw support, but we need some. And I think 5 cards with VS Seekers is consistent enough. Yep. Onto stadiums. We run 3 Skyfield just because it's too good. You get more bench Pokemon, allows you to do more of the ability stuff, and discard it all, start over again. Mega Gardevoir is amazing. And then Parallel City, because your opponent is benefiting too much from your Skyfield, so you need to obviously limit them down later in the game or against Rainbow Road or a Mega Rayquaza player. Oh yeah, side note, you auto-lose the Mega Scizor matchup. It's not going to happen. You're weak to them. They resist you. It's just not going to be a good time. If you beat a Mega Scizor deck, please tell me, but I don't think that's going to happen. And last but not least, we just run 8 basic Fairy Energy. I think this count is solid. We don't need too much more because it's just a 2 energy attack cost for your only attacker in the deck. And yeah, so it allows you consistently being able to make a turbo, and anything lower than 8 would just be way too low in my opinion. So yeah, that's been my take on Mega Gardevoir EX. Let me know what you guys think of this list. I'd love to hear your suggestions to anything. I know Beedrill is a bit controversial, but it works. Yeah, so this has been Eric from Victory Road TCG. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone later. Bye.